Cuddly Yet Wild, the koala's journey. In the eucalyptus forests of eastern Australia, a small gray figure moves with deliberate slowness through the canopy. With its round ears, button nose, and perpetually sleepy expression, the koala has captured hearts worldwide, becoming one of Australia's most beloved ambassadors. Yet beneath that cuddly exterior lies a creature perfectly adapted to one of the most challenging diets on Earth, embodying a remarkable story of evolutionary specialization and modern survival challenges. The sleepy icon of Australia, the koala, Phascolarctos cinereus, occupies a unique place in both Australian ecology and global consciousness. Despite being commonly called koala bears, these marsupials are no more closely related to bears than humans are to kangaroos. Their closest relatives are actually wombats, sharing a common ancestor that diverged around 25 million years ago. This taxonomic confusion speaks to the koala's distinctive appearance, which has evolved to suit their arboreal lifestyle in ways that coincidentally resemble other unrelated mammals. Standing up to 85 centimeters tall and weighing between 4 to 15 kilograms, depending on gender and location, koalas possess several distinctive features that make them instantly recognizable. Their dense, woolly fur ranges from light gray to dark brown, providing insulation against Australia's variable temperatures. Large, leathery black noses house an extraordinary sense of smell, crucial for identifying the perfect eucalyptus leaves among hundreds of species. Perhaps most endearing are their oversized ears, which not only enhance their hearing, but also help regulate body temperature in Australia's often harsh climate. Masters of eucalyptus, the koala's claim to fame lies in its extraordinary dietary specialization. Of the approximately 600 species of eucalyptus trees found across Australia, koalas consume leaves from only about 30 species, with individual populations often limiting themselves to just 2 to 3 preferred varieties. This selectivity isn't mere fussiness, it's a matter of survival. Eucalyptus leaves contain toxic compounds, including cineol and other terpenes, that would poison most animals. Over millions of years, koalas have developed remarkable adaptations to not just tolerate these toxins, but to thrive on them. The koala's digestive system is a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Their unusually long digestive tract, measuring up to 2 meters in length, houses specialized bacteria that break down the tough cellulose and neutralize toxins. The cecum, a pouch in the intestine, can extend up to 2 meters and contains millions of microorganisms working in concert to extract minimal nutrition from these challenging leaves. This process is incredibly slow and energy-intensive, which explains why koalas sleep 18 to 22 hours per day. Even more fascinating is how koala joeys acquire the necessary gut bacteria. In a behavior that might seem unappetizing to humans, young koalas consume a special soft feces called pap, produced by their mothers. This bacterial transfer is essential for survival, as joeys cannot digest eucalyptus leaves without these specialized microorganisms. This intimate biological connection between mother and offspring represents one of nature's most crucial educational processes. Life in the trees. Koalas are perfectly designed for arboreal living. Their hands possess 2 opposable digits and 3 regular fingers, creating a powerful grip ideal for clutching branches. Their hind feet feature sharp claws and a grooming claw used for maintaining their dense fur. These adaptations allow koalas to navigate the canopy with surprising agility despite their seemingly sluggish nature. The social structure of koala communities is more complex than their sleepy appearance might suggest. Adult koalas are largely solitary, with males maintaining territories that overlap with several female ranges. During breeding season, which varies by region but typically occurs between September and March, males become surprisingly vocal, producing deep bellowing calls that can be heard over a kilometer away. These calls, generated by an elongated soft palate unique among marsupials, serve to attract mates and warn off competitors. Female koalas typically give birth to a single joey after a gestation period of just 35 days. The tiny, bean-sized newborn must immediately crawl into its mother's pouch, where it will remain for approximately 6 months. Even after emerging, young koalas continue to nurse and learn essential survival skills from their mothers for up to a year. This extended period of maternal care is crucial for survival in their specialized niche. The evolutionary journey. The koala's evolutionary story begins approximately 25 million years ago when Australia was a very different continent. During the Oligocene epoch, Australia's climate was much wetter, supporting vast rainforests filled with diverse plant species. Early koala ancestors likely had more varied diets and different lifestyle patterns. As the continent gradually dried and eucalyptus forests expanded, some marsupials evolved to exploit this abundant but challenging food source. Fossil evidence suggests that ancient koalas were significantly larger than their modern descendants, with some species weighing up to 20 kilograms. Phascolarctos urkensis, discovered in Queensland, represents an intermediate form between ancient and modern koalas, showing the gradual refinement of their eucalyptus-eating adaptations. The evolutionary pressure to specialize on eucalyptus was likely driven by reduced competition, as few other animals could successfully exploit this toxic food source. The development of the koala's unique vocal apparatus also tells an evolutionary story. The enlarged laryngeal vocal folds that produce their distinctive calls likely evolved as forests became more open, requiring long-distance communication for mate attraction and territory defense. This adaptation demonstrates how environmental changes can drive the evolution of seemingly unrelated traits. Modern challenges and conservation. Today's koalas face unprecedented challenges that test their evolutionary adaptations in new ways. Habitat fragmentation represents perhaps the greatest threat, as expanding human development divides continuous forests into isolated patches. Koalas require large territories to find sufficient suitable eucalyptus trees, and fragmentation forces them to travel dangerous distances across ground, making them vulnerable to vehicle strikes and dog attacks. Climate change adds another layer of complexity to koala survival. Rising temperatures affect the nutritional content and water levels in eucalyptus leaves, potentially forcing koalas to travel further for adequate nutrition. Extreme weather events, including the devastating 2019 to 2020 Australian bushfire season, highlighted the species' vulnerability. Millions of hectares of koala habitat burned, and while some populations showed remarkable resilience, others were decimated. Disease represents an ongoing challenge, particularly chlamydia infections that can cause blindness, infertility, and death. This bacterial infection affects up to 50% of koalas in some populations and has become a significant factor in population declines. The stress of habitat fragmentation and human encroachment may compromise immune systems, making koalas more susceptible to disease outbreaks. Conservation efforts and hope. Despite these challenges, dedicated conservation efforts offer hope for koala survival. Wildlife hospitals across Australia treat thousands of injured and sick koalas annually, with some facilities pioneering new treatments for chlamydia and other diseases. Habitat restoration projects work to reconnect fragmented forests through wildlife corridors, allowing koalas to move safely between feeding areas. Technological advances are revolutionizing koala conservation. GPS collars help researchers track individual movements and habitat preferences, while genetic studies inform breeding programs and population management. Citizen science projects encourage public participation in koala monitoring, creating vast networks of observers who report sightings and contribute to population databases. Perhaps most importantly, koalas have become powerful symbols for broader conservation efforts. Their appeal helps generate support for protecting Australian ecosystems that benefit countless other species. The phrase umbrella species applies perfectly to koalas, as protecting their habitat preserves entire ecological communities. The future of an icon. The koala's journey from ancient rainforest dweller to modern conservation icon reflects both the power of evolutionary adaptation and the challenges of rapid environmental change. Their story reminds us that even the most specialized and successful evolutionary strategies can become vulnerabilities when environments change faster than species can adapt. As Australia continues to develop and climate change accelerates, the koala's future depends largely on human actions. Urban planning that incorporates wildlife corridors, fire management that considers koala habitat needs, and public support for conservation initiatives all play crucial roles in determining whether future generations will experience the magic of encountering these remarkable marsupials in their natural habitat. The koala's journey is far from over. These resilient creatures have survived ice ages, continental drift, and massive environmental changes over millions of years. With thoughtful conservation efforts and continued public support, they may well adapt to the challenges of the Anthropocene era. Their sleepy expressions and cuddly appearance belie a toughness forged through evolutionary time, suggesting that reports of their impending extinction may be premature. In watching a koala slowly navigate through eucalyptus branches, we witness millions of years of evolutionary refinement at work. Every movement, every dietary choice, every social interaction represents the culmination of countless generations of adaptation. The koala's journey continues, and with our help, it may lead to new chapters of resilience and survival in an ever-changing world. The cuddly appearance that first captures our hearts is just the beginning of the koala story. Beneath that soft gray fur lies one of nature's most remarkable examples of evolutionary specialization, a living testament to life's ability to find extraordinary solutions to seemingly impossible challenges. As we work to protect these unique creatures, we preserve not just a species, but a magnificent example of evolution's creativity and persistence.